So I am Ayush Kataria. I've joined around like a month ago, and I just chose this test to have which can eventually help me in scoring 20 points for my skilled pathway for my permanent residency.
So Ayush, the next question is, could you please tell me that why you chose for your PT preparation? Because I can remember you were communicating for last couple of days before enrolling to understand how you can get enrolled. So could you please tell me that what made you think that, okay, this is the place I should join and then start my PT preparation coaching?
Okay. So before joining, I've gone through different different institutions that where I can do the PTE. The very first thing, one of my sister had done the PD and she has got her desired score like around a year ago. And that's why one of the reasons that why I straight away went into that.
Now, I know that you are very much, focused. Why I'm telling you focus, because I was the person that actually always sat with you for your PT preparation journey to make it a little bit easier so that you can easily get this. Could you please tell me that the way you practice, the way we actually work together, the way actually you focus more on those areas that you need more improvement, and in a little bit so that others can understand that what should be the best strategy whenever someone is practicing by themselves at home, following some sort of, study plan or actions, whatever we have provided to you.
So the best thing, which I presume is wherever we focus on, I thought that I was lacking in reading section, which was reading and writing fill in the blanks and reading FIBs. That was were the main modules where I was struggling. But when I sat with you, had a bit of a discussion that where I'm struggling, where I'm lacking, and after doing a couple of mock tests, and while after you checked it, then I got to know, okay, these are the main areas where I should focus on, and that's why I started focusing more and more on reading FIBs and reading and writing FIBs.
Oh, great.
Well,
Great.
you can't just leave any of the module. I mean, every module is important if your desired score is 79 plus. But that was the module where I was struggling. So yeah, after we set like around 2 weeks ago, then when I decided that I should sit up for the test on whatever on 19th of February. So yeah, I just got my desired score today.
Oh, congratulations. And I remember that you texted me last week that should I take more preparation? I told you that you're fully prepared. Just need to focus more on and brush up some of the areas that what are the mistakes you're making. And many of us actually should know that because you sat for PT 3 times and every time you got 79 plus in 3 modules. And your improvement in the reading was 72, then 77, then 78, and now 86.
86. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, so it's really important that some people have a mindset that, oh, I am getting a score in 2 modules or 3 modules. That means I'm very much close to. But it doesn't mean that you're very much close to. It's important to understand what are the mistakes you're making, because at the end of the day, from your story, it is proven that sometimes, some performance you're not up to mark. It might not help you to get 79. Am I right?
Yeah, definitely. Before sitting with you while one-on-one, I was actually thinking that I might be struggling into those reading FIBs and reading and writing FIBs, but also while my reading, like as we talked about, that I was scoring more than 79 in all 3 modules, but not in reading. So after having a discussion, that I found out that okay, I know that read aloud contains marks for reading and speaking as well. But I was not like really sure. I was always scoring 90 in speaking, and I was like, okay, my speaking is better. My speaking is perfect. I don't need to practice read aloud. But when I sat with you, I found out, okay, that I might need to work on my read aloud a little bit. But yeah, this was the time when I scored 86. It was a really huge incline. I mean, first I had 72 in reading, then 77, then 78.
Yeah.
And now 86, it was less, which I think is just because of the read aloud that I practice a lot.
Oh, great, great. Now, I say someone actually looking for PT 79 within next 1 month. Based on your experience, what will be your suggestions to that person? What they should do, how they should start so that they can get their desired score within 1 month or 6 weeks maximum. So from your own experience, what are the advices would you like to share?
So if someone is looking to score 79 plus, first of all, the templates you guys provide, which is for write essay, probably describe image, retell lecture, summarize spoken text. If someone follows all these, and I mean, yeah, all if you just put the templates, you're not going to get marks. But yeah, if you follow all these templates and put a little bit of your efforts into, also if you try working hard on those readings and all, I mean, every module is important as we talked about it, but obviously if someone's going to choose, and if someone's doing all those templates which you guys provide, I definitely think that he'll go through it. He'll get, he or she, whoever's appearing for their exam in next month or so, easily 79 plus.
Oh, great advice. Now, Ayush, I can remember that you have taken mock tests a couple of times to understand what are the mistakes you're making, what are the areas you have to improve. Could you please tell me something about your experience and how the one-on session, that is the feedback, the video feedbacks we provided, could you please tell me something so that others can be encouraged that, okay, I should sit for the mock test so that I can check where I'm standing right now.
So speaking of mock test, when I did my first mock test, I went for the full mock test where I found out, okay, reading, speaking, listening, and writing. But after I appeared for the exam for the first time and I sat for the PT, PSN PT, then I knew that, okay, I scored three above 79 in 3 modules, but not in just in reading. Then the best part of mock test, which I really liked about, that we can even sit for individual mock tests. And when I just clicked on the reading mock test, I was like thinking that, okay, it's going to be MCQs, multiple choice, and I mean, more than one answer, single answer, read a paragraphs, and those reading and writing FIBs. But I was really surprised when I found out, okay, if I'm also sitting just for the reading mock test, there are read alouds, it's summarized written text, and every module of reading as well. So I was like, okay, this is the best thing which can be helpful to anyone. The time management in reading is very important because whenever we sit, I mean, when we practice every question, it says that allowed time is 2 minutes, and then it tell us that, okay, it's been 10 seconds, it's been 20 seconds, and then I know, okay, I'm just 1 minute, I have just 1 minute left. But when you sit for actual exam, there's a countdown for 26 or 27 minutes opposite, which is like, okay, I'm left with 25 minutes. And now you have to have your time management by yourself. But we always just neglect it because I know it's hard because the timer starts at 27 minutes and there's a reading question, reading FIB. I should have done it when the time is like 25 minutes left. The next question, I should have done it when the time is 23 minutes left. That means I'm assigning every question 2 minutes. But if I would have focused on that, because this time when I sat for an exam, I remember that for the last question, I've done reading and writing FIBs, I've done read a paragraph, I've done reading FIBs. And on the last question, it was like I know that I have 3 minutes left for that MCQ, which I reckon doesn't even give more than 1 mark. So if I would have, I mean, spent another 2 more minutes on some of the reading or writing questions or reading or writing FIBs, I might have got 90.
Oh, great answers. I really appreciate the answer because this is something about your understanding, and it is happening. To be honest, most of the students are facing difficulties in the reading sections because of the time management. They cannot manage the time properly, and they actually use a particular thinking that, okay, I'm gazing. Oh, somehow it sounds good. So they are not actually trying to understand what is written on this particular passage. Rather, they are trying to find out, okay, it sounds good, I can select that one. So this is something very important, I believe. Now, Ayush, I know that your speaking was fantastic from the day one. I told you there is no issue, but I found that the way you actually changed that, you brought much content into your summaries. That is, whenever at the very beginning, when you try to write down summaries, you are trying to follow only the template, but later you brought more contents about what speaker said in summarized spoken text, in summarized in text, what the passage is talking about. Could you please tell me something about how actually focus more understanding the content from the audio or from the passage? What was your strategy that you actually figured it out?
So for summarized spoken text, I know even though if you get a best template out there, no one's going to get marks. The best thing I figured out that I tried to make notes. I mean, every time the phrases doesn't, those one words doesn't work at all. Because if I'm doing a summarized spoken text, I should be taking care of the grammar. I can't just say anything like we are having a chat. It's, let's suppose if it is a lecture, someone can't just write, Ayush talked about lecture, Ayush talk about phone, Ayush talk about PD. So where I was focusing on the phrase itself. Let's say the audio was for 40 seconds. I heard it for 5 seconds. I wrote it down for 5 seconds. And while those 5 seconds when I was writing, I didn't hear it because I just don't want to mess my mind. I was really considering the main thing where I need to write 5 seconds, whichever I have heard for the previous 5 seconds. So that was the main strategy in a summarized spoken text. And it was almost same in the summarized. I mean, summarized written text is a different thing. I didn't do anything. I just copied one full line, comma, connector, another full line, comma, but another full line, and that is it.
But definitely you read that these are lines are the content lines.
These lines are the major things where, I mean, the main thing, the main uh sentences when it started, those lines I just copy pasted it. I just added connectors, but obviously I went on the content. Okay, this is important. I should type this. And then, okay, in the second paragraph, this is important. I should type this.
Yes, because many people have a different mindset. They think that, oh, these are the 2 or 3 lines I can grab and just connect with the comma and or but, and that will be the best. No, that's not the case. But you have to read, you have to try to understand what are the main contents so that you can get the best score. Now, Ayush, next thing is that some people, when they are practicing, say, read aloud, they don't imagine that, they don't realize that, oh, they think that, oh, I have to speak. It's very easy task. What do you think the way people are doing read aloud? Are they focusing more on storytelling? Are they focusing more on reading with meaningful chunks? Do you think that these people are doing like that, or they're just reading continuously, focusing more on speaking fluently?
Even though if we speak, I mean, I've seen people, well, I was practicing. So I've seen people doing, like, if there's a word ending with ed, let's say supported. So they focus more on supported and acted. So if you're really focusing on these words, that's not how you speak regularly. If I'm talking to you, I'm not making it sound that I'm trying to understand, I'm trying to make a computer understand that what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying like I'm talking to someone. And obviously, if you say chunks, if there's a comma, you definitely need at least a millisecond pause, at least like a little pause. And when it's a full stop, yeah, you definitely need to have a little pause so that a computer can understand, okay, there's a full stop, there's an end of a sentence. The speaker knows that how is he talking. It just does not comes into the speaking marks. It also includes the read aloud also gives marks to the reading and speaking itself. So yeah, if I just focus on, okay, I should make a computer understand, I will get marks in speaking, but I'm not going to get marks in reading, which was my main thing. That's why I was scoring less than 79 in reading. But yeah, when I focus more on chunks, when I focus more, okay, I'm not trying to make a computer understand, I'm just going to speak it naturally the way I speak. That's why I got 79.
Oh, great, great suggestions. Thank you very much. People should understand this thing and they should practice accordingly. Ayush, my next question is about write from dictation and repeat sentences. Both are very, very important questions to get a score in the listening, writing, and speaking. Could you please tell me something that any sort of advices would you like to provide the way you practice so that they can follow, so that they can be benefited?
So in repeat sentence and
Write from dictation.
it's basically the same thing. In repeat sentence, we listen and write. In write from dictation, we listen and in repeat sentence, we listen and speak. In write from dictation, we listen and write.
Yeah.
So in repeat sentences, I was like, well, I thought that my memory, you know what, when there's an one thing that comes, okay, you have to it says beginning in 8 seconds. And when the recording shuts and it's just beginning in like 6 seconds, so that's when I'm prepared that, okay, that if it's beginning in for like 5 seconds, the audio is not going to be lengthy. That's why I'm more prepared. Okay, I can do it. But yeah, obviously when it comes to like 8 or 9 seconds audio, when you have to speak it, you can't just remember all the time. But I made sure that I don't fumble. I might lose a little bit of a content. I mean, 3 or 4 words, I might lose it, but I'm not going to fumble in anything. And in write from dictation, people started writing that what I've seen in my, I mean, I've seen around that in right from dictation, what people do is when it started saying, let's say, the assignments are very important to get it done by the next week. So if I'm going to write assignments, ASSIGN I'm going to lose it. What it would have said the whole thing. But let's say the way we chatted on the way we chat on WhatsApp, I don't write assignments. I write ASGNMTS. I know that I've written assignments. So instead of writing students, I write STDS. So I know that I'm talking about students. I just write it the really shortest possible thing, that how I chatted on WhatsApp, and that's eventually helped me. Okay, I've got enough time to erase STDS and write it the whole word students. That way, it makes me save a bit of time, and I got like full marks in listening and all that.
Yeah, great. Because the technique you're talking about is called acronym, that is called shortest form. So definitely you have to practice. All of a sudden, you cannot bring that kind of mindset. It's all about the way you're practicing. Because you told that assignments, definitely many way you can write down the word assignments as the shortest form, students in the shortest form. Because a couple of things we know, that is because, BCOZ, that is because. This is very much common, but most of the words are not common. But I think like if you practice on a daily basis, you can easily figure out your own version of the short form. Am I right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So my question is, in future, if any of your friends, family friends, or any colleagues are looking for PT preparation coaching, would you like to recommend, and why?
100%. Like this is, I've mentioned previously as well, which you guys provide with, it has got like everything. It has got a material where I can study. It has got a practice module, practice thing where I can, practice every single possible thing. The mock test, the fully mock tests are available. The individual mock tests are also available. And that was the one of the best part that I would, if someone comes to me, oh, hey, Ayush, that I was looking to prepare for a PTE exam. Oh, yeah, for sure. No questions asked.
Okay, great. I will give you 10 seconds. And you have to make one sentence about your experience, and you have to act it as a repeat sentence or write from dictation. So you have 10 seconds, think one sentence about your experience and just deliver.
My experience was really amazing, especially when the admin staff and the consult and the teachers who have guided me in scoring my desired score, which was 79 plus. And I would really recommend anyone to get their desired score.
Thank you very much. And I wish you all the best. In future, if you need any help regarding PT, please knock me, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, Hafiz.